Hey, this is Todd Brown from marketingfunnelautomation.com, and welcome to Next Level Marketing Funnel Maps. Now, what you'll find in this training is really just a straightforward and interactive walkthrough and explanation of 17 medium to advanced marketing funnel maps that you can use or test with various different offers in various different circumstances for your business. Now, as we're going through each of these funnel maps, please keep in mind that it's not necessary to use all the steps in every funnel. And I'm going to point out which are the steps that are not necessary for you. Of course, using any of these funnel maps and using all of the steps detailed for you will get you the best results. But I don't want you to feel like you can't use a particular funnel map unless you use all of the steps, because that's just not the case. Now, as you'll see by the end of this training, many of the funnels can be combined into a more comprehensive funnel. You'll see certain steps from certain funnel maps that can be added to other funnel maps for just a more comprehensive, more extensive funnel. Again, I'm going to point that out to you as we're going through each of the 17 funnel maps. Now, a quick recommendation for you before we jump into our first funnel map, and that is I recommend that you pause the video and print out, if you haven't done this already, all of the marketing funnel maps so that you can follow along and take notes as I go through and explain each one for you. You'll want to take notes. You'll want to make certain annotations with each of the steps, because I'm really going to break down the key elements of each of the funnel maps. So go ahead. I'll give you a couple of seconds to get situated, pause the video, and then when you've got everything printed out and you've got the first map in front of you, continue with this video. Okay, so let's get started with marketing funnel map number 1. This is a map for when you want to go straight to your video sales letter, when you're not going to use any kind of lead generation or lead capture or squeeze page. Now, let me give you a word of warning, because this is a question that I get asked all the time. Clients routinely ask me, should I send people to a video sales letter or long form sales letter without using a squeeze page, or should I send individuals to a squeeze page first? Well, my recommendation is always, of course, as you're going to hear me say throughout this training, that everything needs to be tested in your niche, in your market, with your copy and offer. With that being said, what I will tell you is that there are lots of companies that are able to make it work by sending individuals straight to a VSL and or long form sales letter. But in most cases, they have some of the top copywriters, extremely talented copywriters, that are creating all of their messaging, all of their copy, and therefore they have extremely strong copy with an extremely strong offer. And so they're able to make it work by sending traffic straight to a VSL or sales letter. The reality is, for most clients, for most marketers online, you really want to test it. And in most cases, what you'll find is that the follow-up that you're able to do when you send traffic to a squeeze page or lead generation page first is going to produce a significant percentage of your conversions. And when that's the case, you're going to want to use a lead generation page first so that you can do the follow-up. But here is an example of a marketing funnel that you would use when sending your traffic straight to a video sales letter. Now, the first thing that I want to explain to you is that we've got your traffic source over here, and this can be any traffic source that you use, sending individuals straight to a video sales letter. Now, this is a video sales letter with a delayed add to cart button. Anytime throughout this training you see DATC, that is a delayed add to cart button. What you'll see over here, for example, and I'll explain this step in just a second, is a VSL with an add to cart button, not delayed. This means that the add to cart button is displayed right from second 1 of the VSL. So over here, we have your traffic source going to a video sales letter with a delayed add to cart button. Now, what you'll find over here, and this is the way all of these maps are laid out, is that typically anytime you see a diamond like this, it means that individuals have a decision to make. In this case, the decision is to buy, which is yes, or to not buy and exit the page. That's no. And so over here, we've got your VSL with a delayed add to cart button. The add to cart button would obviously pop up, or appear when the offer is presented in the VSL. So after you've presented the offer and prospects know exactly what they need to give in order to get your product or service or offer, the add to cart button would appear. Now, for the individuals that click the add to cart button, they would go to the order form, right? And so they would fill out an order form. And again, there are lots of different variations that can be included in any funnel. And you'll see some of these variations in some of the next marketing funnel maps that we're going to cover. For example, you can have the order form appear right underneath the add to cart button. But to keep things simple for you, I wanted to show you a simple straight to video sales letter funnel map. So they click the add to cart button, they go to the order form. After they submit the order form, they go through an upsell sequence. And this upsell sequence can include one or more upsells and downsells. This is all about how advanced you want to get in terms of your upsell downsell sequence. In many cases, the most basic upsell sequence is one or more one-click upsell offers without any downsells. So an individual clicks yes or no on an upsell offer, they're going to get brought to the next upsell offer in the sequence, and so on. And once they complete this sequence, they then go to the thank you page, right? The thank you for completing your order page. Now over here is where some of the magic in this sequence begins to happen. And so for the individuals that go to the video sales letter and do not buy and go to exit the page, we send them to a long form sales letter version of the VSL. And so when done right, you will have a script for your VSL. I do not recommend that you record VSLs on the fly. I don't recommend that you create slides in PowerPoint or Keynote and just wing it as you're going through your VSL. I recommend that you always start by having a script. And the reason for that is because it will allow you to make sure that you nail the messaging and you also are able to nail the voice inflection, tone, pace, and so on. And so what we do to keep things real simple is we take that script and we literally just turn it into a long form sales letter version. Now, of course, you'll add in subheads and maybe some graphical elements in here, but 90+% of this long form sales letter is simply the word for word script that you use for the VSL. Now, the way we do this is we do this with a simple exit redirect script. Sometimes, depending on the platform that you're using, if you're using something like, for example, Optimize Press or InstaBuilder or 10-minute pages, for example, there's often just a checkbox that you can click that will redirect somebody to a different page when they go to leave this page, when they go to close this tab in their browser, or when they click back on their browser, it will redirect them to this sales letter version. Of course, if they click the add to cart button on the sales letter version, they're brought to the order form and then go through the upsell sequence and ultimately to the thank you page. If they do not click the add to cart button on this sales letter version, we are going to pop up an exit pop opt-in offer. So at this point in this funnel, we've sent the traffic straight to a sales vehicle. In this case, it was a VSL, and then to the long form sales letter version. And so if they don't buy, we want to capture the opt-in right here. And so we'll have an exit pop displayed. And again, this tactic, if you will, is very easily done in something like Optimize Press or other WordPress There are other WordPress plugins that you can use to very easily just have an exit pop come up if they go to exit this page. And so over here, we're trying to make the sale via video. Then we're giving them the option of going through the long form sales letter. And over here, we are simply trying to generate the opt-in. Now, if we do not generate the opt-in, what we're going to do is we are going to use retargeting. We're going to use a retargeting campaign for these individuals that drives them to a different funnel. And so a different funnel would have a different starting point. It might be a different offer, or it might be one of the other funnels that you're going to see in this training. Now, if these individuals do opt in over here on that exit pop, we're going to plug them into a follow-up sequence, an email follow-up sequence. And this email follow-up sequence is designed to highlight benefits and advantages that are presented in the main offer. However, this time, we're not going to just send them back to this original VSL with the delayed add to cart button. We're going to send them back to a copy of this page without the delayed add to cart button. So now basically all we're doing here is taking a copy of this original VSL, and now we're making the add to cart button appear from second number 1, from the moment that they land on this page. And so over here, we have a series of email follow-up messages that can range anywhere from 3 to 7 days. And sends them back to this VSL with a displayed add to cart button. Of course, if they buy, they will get driven to the order form and through the upsell sequence. If they do not buy, they simply get put on your house list. Now, you're going to see house lists throughout a number of these funnel maps in this training. The house list is just your list of prospects that have not bought a front-end product yet. They're prospects that have not completed a single transaction. They're not on your customer list. And these individuals either receive a series of broadcast emails, in other words, one-off broadcast emails for various promotions and content that you send them, or they might receive a series of autoresponder emails, or they might receive a combination of autoresponder emails as well as broadcast emails. This depends on how you have your house list set up. And so that is marketing funnel map number 1, the straight to video sales letter map. Very simple, very straightforward. The next marketing funnel map is straight to a $7 sales letter. This is very similar to the prior marketing funnel map. The only difference here is that we are sending traffic straight to a long form sales letter. And the long form sales letter is for a low cost product. Typically, it is for a $7 product, a $9 product, even a $1 product. An extremely low barrier of entry product is what we are sending people to. Now, for these extremely low cost products like a $7, $9, $1, $4 product, we typically do not use a VSL. We found through testing that a simple long form sales letter converts better for these extremely low cost, low barrier of entry products than a VSL. And so that's what this is right here. Of course, if they buy, we send them through, we send them to the upsell sequence and the thank you page. Now, what you'll see over here, turn on this little handy dandy pen, is that this is a $7 sales letter with the order form right on the page. And so this can be displayed one of two ways. This can either be where when they click the add to cart button, the order form automatically appears, right? Or to keep it real simple, you can simply have the $7 sales letter with the order form at the very bottom of the sales letter. And so that's why you don't see any kind of order form here, because it's done on this page. Once again, if these prospects do not buy, we present them with an exit pop opt-in. And this is so that we can capture the lead, right? So we sent the traffic straight to a sales vehicle. Now, if they don't buy, what we want to do is we want to present them with an opt-in opportunity. If they don't take advantage of the opt-in opportunity, if they don't opt in, we once again retarget them, and we retarget them and send them to a different funnel. In this case, we're not going to retarget them and send them back to this offer. We're going to retarget them and send them into a different funnel. If they do opt in, once again, they are put into an email follow-up sequence that can range anywhere from 3 to 7 days. And in this case, these follow-up messages are also designed to highlight certain benefits and advantages of this offer, and ultimately drives them back to this same exact page. Once they buy, they'll go through the upsell sequence and so on. If they do not buy, just like before, we drop them onto your house list. And later on, I'm going to show you a marketing funnel map for the best way to market to folks that make it on your house list. So individuals that come in, maybe they don't take advantage of this offer, they opt in, they go through this sequence, they still don't buy this offer. I'm going to show you a process that we use to market to this house list so that you don't burn out the list, and that you're able to get prospects to identify themselves as interested in a particular topic before you market aggressively to them for that particular topic. Again, that's a marketing funnel map that I will show you later on. That is marketing funnel map number 2, straight to the $7 sales letter. Marketing funnel map number 3 is squeeze page to a one-time offer. And so in this case, we are sending your traffic to a squeeze page, to a lead generation page, a page that is simply designed to do one thing and one thing only, and that's get the prospect to opt in. Now, in this case, in this particular funnel map, what is being offered on this squeeze page is your typical lead magnet. And in this case, when I say lead magnet for this particular funnel map, what I'm talking about is an extra piece of content, a tool, a spreadsheet, a piece of software, something that you're offering for free on this squeeze page simply to get the opt-in. Right? So you're offering on your squeeze page an extra piece of content, information, video, audio, report, etc., that is not necessarily part of your overall funnel, just to get the opt-in. Now, of course, if they don't opt in here, we're going to present them, we're going to use an exit redirect, and we're going to redirect them to a different opt-in. Now, this is one of the things that I feel a lot of marketers skip or miss out on. We have been able to collect an additional 7 to 12% of our traffic in the form of an opt-in by bringing them to one squeeze page. And then if they don't opt in here, we bring them to a different squeeze page with a totally different offer, totally different benefit, totally different premise. And so over here, you might be offering them a video or a report on a particular topic. Over here, you might be offering them a cheat sheet on a similar topic or a subtopic of this main topic over here. And so if you simply let your traffic leave without giving them another opportunity, you're really losing out on, like I said, 7 to up to 12% of your traffic. So if they do opt in over here, of course, we're putting them into a different funnel. This particular funnel now is tied to this opt-in offer. So we could say that this is opt-in offer 1, this is opt-in offer 2, and then this is the funnel and the follow-up for opt-in offer 2, right? So this different funnel is tied to this particular opt-in offer over here. If they don't opt in, then again, we're going to retarget them and we're going to send them to a different funnel. And this could really be a different funnel from this. So you have an offer here, you have a different offer here, and then if they don't opt in, we're retargeting them and driving them even to a different funnel, but again, related to this and related to this, because again, you know, we're hopefully you're using targeted traffic over here, and you know what your target market is interested in. If they do opt in, or once a prospect does opt in, your traffic opt-ins, what we're doing with this particular funnel map is we're bringing them to a thank you page with a one-time offer. And so what this is a thank you page letting them know that you'll be delivering whatever it is that they opted in for in 10 minutes. And so they should check their email in 10 minutes. Now, that's a very important piece of copy, a very important piece of messaging that you want to make sure you always have on these thank you pages with an OTO. You don't want to just bring somebody from a squeeze page to a one-time offer, to a video for a one-time offer or something like that, because you want to make sure that you acknowledge their prior step, that they opted in. And so you can say thank you or congratulations. Your XYZ, your video, your cheat sheet will be emailed to you. It should arrive in your inbox in about 10 minutes. And we typically always say in about 10 minutes because we don't want them to rush off and go to their email right away. We want to show them that they can stay on this page. There's no reason to leave and go check their email because whatever they opted in for is going to take about 10 minutes to arrive. And so then typically the type of copy that we'll have is, in the meantime, take a peek at this special one-time offer. And there's a variety of different languaging and copy that you can use here, depending on how strong you want to go with this. Like, you will only be presented with this offer once, or this offer is not available anywhere else. Your page is cookied. Typically what we do, without getting into optimization of this page, is on this one-time offer page, what we do internally is, number one, we always cookie the people, meaning that this is a true one-time offer. If they leave this page and they try to go back, they will not be able to get to this page, right? And so they will be brought to simply a thank you page without the one-time offer. And so if you're going to present something as a one-time only offer and you say that they will never see the offer again, then make sure that you maintain your integrity and you do that. And so we always cookie the people here. The other thing that we include that we've seen through testing that increases conversions on this page is a countdown timer. And typically we set this countdown timer for 10 minutes. At the end of this countdown timer, they are redirected to a simple thank you page, and they will not be able to go back and access this one-time offer. So they're told that this is a one-time offer, that they won't see this again, and that they're being cookied. They will not be able to access this page. And then there is a countdown timer that counts down to 10 minutes. And at the end of that 10 minutes, they are redirected to another page. Now, we use a simple plugin called Page Expiration Robot Pro. I've talked about it before in other trainings and demonstrated how to use it. You can do a Google search for Page Expiration Robot Pro. Very simple. That is how we power this page. If they take advantage of the offer by clicking on the Add to Cart button, they're brought to an order form. And then, of course, after the order form, they go through an upsell sequence and then they land on a thank you page. If they do not take the one-time offer, because they've opted in over here, they are put into a follow-up sequence, an email follow-up sequence. And the email follow-up sequence ultimately sends them to a different page that's got a VSL. Now, it might be offering the same exact product that you offered here, but it might have additional bonuses. It might have a higher price point. It might be a different version of this. Ultimately, if they buy, they go to the order form, then through the upsell sequence, and then ultimately to the thank you page. If they do not buy, then we drop them onto your house list for your ongoing marketing. And so pretty straightforward, pretty simple. That is the squeeze page to one-time offer marketing funnel map. Now let's go on to the next marketing funnel map. Okay, marketing funnel map number 4 is for a multi-video sequence with segmentation. This is a little bit more advanced than the prior marketing funnel maps. This is the type of marketing funnel that you would use with a higher price product, a premium product, or a product that has more features, more benefits, more advantages for you to explain, a product or offer that requires more education using what we call EBM content. This is also a marketing funnel that you can use with a product launch. And you're going to see that it's more advanced, it's more extensive, and it does some cool things. And so, of course, like with the prior funnel maps, it starts with your traffic source, sending to a lead generation page. And then once again, if they don't opt in on this page, we bring them to an exit redirect for another opt-in. If they do opt in here, again, we bring them to a different funnel. And if they don't opt in here, we begin to retarget them, also sending them to a different funnel. Now, once they opt in here, we send them to an opt-in confirmation page and let them know that they'll be receiving their first email and access to the first video in their sequence shortly. Now, the reason why we send them to a confirmation page in this funnel instead of sending them direct to the video one is because, as I'm going to explain in a second, we want to track consumption throughout the sequence. We don't want to just send them to video one, assume that they watched it, then send them to video two the next day and assume that they watched it, and so on. We want to put them into a segment for each video. And so here's the way this works. So after the opt-in confirmation page, they receive an email about video one. And of course, this email drives them to watch video one. Now, in this particular funnel, we're tracking clicks on the links when they go to watch video one. So when we send the first email in this sequence, driving prospects to watch video one, if they don't click that link, we do not arbitrarily move them the next day to go watch video two. Assuming that all of the videos in your sequence are essential and they all further the sale, you want to do the best you can to move prospects through each video as they consume each video. And so if, let's say in this particular sequence, and typically these sequences are made up of 3 emails. And so each of these sequences has 3 emails. This doesn't mean that prospects are going to receive 3 emails for each video. It just means that there are 3 total emails in here in case individuals, prospects don't consume the video. So for example, they opt in, they come to the confirmation page, they receive email number 1, driving them to watch video 1. If they do not click the link to go watch video 1 from that first email, the next day we send them another email that drives to video 1. That second email will have a different benefit, a different advantage, a different reason for the prospects to go watch video 1. It'll highlight a different premise, right? It'll create a different bit of curiosity to drive them to video 1. If they do click the link, then they get removed from this sequence and then they get put into this sequence to go watch video 2. Let's say they get email 1 in this sequence to go watch video 2 and they click that link. They get removed from this sequence, identifying them as having watched video 2, and now they get put into this sequence to go watch video 3, and so on. And so over here, they'll receive an email the next day letting them know that video 3 is available. If they don't click that link, they'll get another email over here highlighting a different reason to go watch video 3. And then if they click that link, again, they get removed from here and they get put into this sequence for video 4. Now, the thing that I want you to understand here is that people will move through this sequence based on consumption. So if they get email 1 and they watch it, meaning they click the link, they'll only receive 1 email about video 1. Then the next day they'll receive an email about video 2. If they click the link in here to go watch video 2, then the next day they'll receive an email about video 3, meaning that on day 1 they got this email, day 2 they got this email, and day 3 they got this email. So the prospects that are engaged are going to move through your sequence faster than the prospects who are not engaged. And so, for example, in here, if they on day 3 got an email about video 3 and didn't watch it, day 4 they're going to get another email about video 3 instead of just arbitrarily moving them on to video 4. If they click that link, then they'll get an email the next day about video 4. In this case, this would be day 5. And so you can see that this moves prospects through your funnel based on their behavior and based on their engagement. And so we're moving prospects through based on how and when they consume your video content. Now, if let's say after the 3 emails, they don't click the link, then we automatically will move them into this sequence. And so after 3 days of being told about video 1, they'll then get an email on day 4 about video 2. And so even if they don't click the link, after 3 attempts, we're going to move them to the next sequence about the next video. Now at video 4, they're given the opportunity to buy. This is, of course, the sales video or the offer the video where you present the offer. And if they click on this link to go watch video 4 and buy, of course, they're brought to an order form and then a thank you page. And the reason why we don't have an upsell sequence here with this particular funnel is because typically this funnel is utilized with a high-priced or premium product. And so typically with premium products or high-priced products, we don't put new customers or customers through an extensive upsell sequence. And so they would simply go to the order form, and then from the order form, they would go to their thank you page. Now, if an individual clicks on any one of the links in this sequence to go watch video 4 and they do not order, they get put into a different sequence that focuses on the offer. So in other words, this email sequence now focuses on the benefits of this offer, right? So over here in the original video 4 sequence, this sequence of 3 emails was about the benefits of watching this video. This email sequence is designed to sell prospects on watching this video, whereas this sequence is designed to sell them on the offer. In other words, it is based on the fact that they clicked the link, they went and they watched some or all of video 4 and they didn't buy. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the offer and the benefits of the offer. And here is where you might find things like a downsell offer. You might find things like a payment plan. You might find things like an added bonus. Of course, in here, you'll find things that highlight scarcity if the offer is expiring, and so on. Again, just for clarification, this sequence is designed to promote the offer, right? To move people to take advantage of the offer. This sequence is designed to get consumption of video 4. And so there you have it. This is marketing funnel map number 4, multi-video sequence with segmentation. And just for clarification, the segmentation comes over here, meaning that you'll see that even though this is a 4-part video series, all stemming from the same squeeze page, it's segmented for each video. So like I explained, it's segmented based on actions and behavior. They'll move through this at the speed at which they consume the content. And so that is, again, marketing funnel map number 4. Marketing funnel map number 5 is traffic straight to a webinar registration page. And so, of course, it begins very similar to the way many of the other marketing funnel maps have started. It starts with your traffic source, sending straight to a webinar registration page. This, in essence, is a squeeze page or a lead generation page. And so we've got the same process over here. If they don't opt in, we will display an exit pop. In this case, it's not an exit redirect. It's an exit pop with an opt-in for a different offer, and then the same different funnel retargeting process occurs. Now, one of the most important elements of this particular marketing funnel map is this intensification process, is what occurs right here. Now, I have an entire training on just this process alone, but let me explain to you the way it works. What most marketers do is when somebody registers for a webinar, whether it's a live webinar or an evergreen webinar, they typically have a reminder process, and that's it, where they plug people into a series of email follow-ups that simply remind prospects about the the event, the time, the date, and the title of the event, and that's it. Well, how this differs is this intensification process sequence is really designed to create anticipation, curiosity, and excitement about the event, about the coming event that they just registered for. And so the basics of the intensification process are 3 separate videos that are brief videos. These videos are oftentimes anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes in length. And the basics of this is that they highlight a different benefit or a different reason for the prospect to be excited about attending the event. And so it's not so critical that you nail these videos as much as you use these videos to tease the content coming in the main event, to give a little bit of value and to tease the content, the outcome, the results, and what you'll be showing when individuals attend the webinar. Now, it's this process in and of itself adds a whole level of value in and of itself in terms of getting people to show, right? That's what this whole entire intensification process is designed to do. It's designed to get people to show because you're creating more curiosity, more anticipation, more promise, more excitement about the results. But the other thing that I want you to understand is that because most marketers don't do anything even remotely close to this, using an intensification process allows you to do or really what I call showing up differently, right? You're showing up differently. You are appearing differently from every other marketer. And this process makes the content that you're going to share have this aura of importance, right? Because this creates a different level of importance for this content because it's different, from what everybody else is doing. You are showing up differently. This process in and of itself conveys the importance of the material that is going to be shared in here. And so in here, you can, again, talk about content that you're going to share. You can show case studies, results, testimonials of what individuals have achieved and experienced after getting this content. And again, when you share case studies and testimonials and results in here, it's not results of your product. It's results that people have reaped from the actual webinar content, from the system, the process, the methodology that you're going to share on the webinar. And so it drives the attendance rate significantly higher. Now, then we've got this option. You'll get some individuals that will attend and then a percentage of individuals that don't. For the individuals that don't attend, we plug them into a replay sequence, right? So they get to watch the replay of the live event. And of course, the replay of the event drives to the order form. So if they buy, of course, they go to an order form, then they go through an upsell sequence and ultimately to your thank you page. If they do not buy, then they get dropped onto your house list. Remember, these are individuals that are coming from an external traffic source. They are, in essence, opting in here. And so if they don't buy after they've watched the replay because they didn't attend, we put them on your house list for further marketing. If they attend the event, and they do buy, they again go to the order form, upsell sequence, and then thank you page. If they attend the event and they don't buy, we plug them into an attendee or attendance follow-up sequence. This follow-up sequence is designed to talk to them, to build value about the offer that was presented. So this follow-up sequence will recap the benefits, the advantages, the reasons why they should take advantage of the offer. And typically this sequence will build in intensity. And so oftentimes what you'll find in this sequence is scarcity. You'll find potentially, a deadline, a reason to respond right now to this. And it grows in intensity all the way up up until the final hour, so to speak. And of course, if they do buy, then they go to the order form, upsell sequence, thank you page. If they do not buy after this, they get put on your house list. So of course, there are a lot more extensive marketing funnels that you can use with webinars. For example, oftentimes we will use if you've got access to a more extensive CRM like Infusionsoft or Office Autopilot, Ontraport, for example. You can do a lot of more advanced things, especially with something like Evergreen Business System or Stealth Seminar, where you can have a follow-up process for people that do not attend. You can have a follow-up process for people that attend, but let's say maybe only stay less than 15 minutes. Or you can even have a follow-up process for people that attended but did not stay to the offer. And individuals that did attend and did stay to the offer. If you've got access to a system like that and a more robust CRM, then the change that we make to this sequence works like this. We've got a non-attendee sequence. So this is for non-attendees. Then we've got attended, but let's say did not see the offer. And then we've got attended, we're just going to say attended and did see the offer. So the people who registered but did not attend go into a replay follow-up sequence. The people that attended but didn't see the offer, they go into a sequence that gives them the ability to watch a video that just presents the offer. And then obviously from there, they're able to click add to cart and go to the order form and then go through this process. The people who attended and did see the offer, they get plugged into this follow-up sequence where it focuses on the offer and, like I said, builds in intensity over time. And so that is the marketing funnel map for traffic straight to webinar registration. Now, the next marketing funnel map, I've got to give credit where credit is due. This is from Frank Kern, and this is what's called his survey siphon funnel. Now, before I cover the basics of this funnel, or really the funnel map, I do want to tell you that it's worth going to this URL right down here if you're interested in using this funnel and buying Frank's full training on this particular funnel. This is not an affiliate link, as you can see, or anything like that, because Frank covers a lot of nuances of this funnel and a lot of the little details of this funnel. The purpose of me showing you this here is to show you the marketing funnel map. But if you really want to learn the little nuances and the details of this funnel, then I highly recommend that you go grab this training from Frank. So this funnel map begins a little bit differently because this is the basics of this funnel start with your house list. And so you've got a list of prospects that have already opted in to some other offer and have not yet bought a product from you. And so they get an email that sends them to the survey. And again, Frank covers in more detail different swipes of this email. So if you're interested, again, I highly recommend that you grab his training, but it sends them to a simple survey. And then over here, you've got a survey. Now for surveys, we use SurveyMonkey. There's a lot of different resources and tools that you can use to do a simple survey. This survey is really designed to uncover the needs and wants, desires of your prospects. What do they want to learn from you? What do they want from you? What do they want more from you? What format do they want it in? Do they want video? Do they want webinar? Do they want audio? Do they like physical? It's just an opportunity for you to ask a couple of questions, even 3 to 5 questions to learn more about them. So there's value just in this itself. As a side note, one of the things that I teach clients to do is to routinely survey their list. 1 month, survey your prospects. The next month, survey your customers, and so on and so forth, so that you're able to survey your prospects 6 times a year and survey your customers 6 times a year. After the survey, the prospects are brought to a page where there is a video, and the video explains that you'll be sharing the results of the survey. The results are coming soon, and then there is an offer that is made, a one-time offer that is made. And it's not presented as, hey, this is a one-time offer before you leave, like you'll never see this again. It's more presented as an offer, a thank you offer for taking the time to fill out the survey. And so I highly recommend that the offer that you use over here be a special offer, a VIP offer, if you will, for your prospects that are engaged with you, that have taken the time to share with you their insights, what they want, that have taught you more about their desires and are in essence helping you become a better marketer and somebody who can provide better, greater value to them. And so make them a special offer over here. If they take advantage of this offer, of course, they'll go to an order form and then an upsell sequence and a thank you page. Now, let me just point something out over here. And when you see an upsell sequence, what I don't want you to think about, especially in this context, really in all contexts that we're using an upsell sequence, is this is not trying to hammer your list to simply just generate more money, to simply extract more money without delivering value. This is an opportunity for you to give them more value, to give them to give them more value by offering them products, trainings, offers that are congruent and will enhance their results. That's your job, right? Your job as an advocate for your customers is to deliver more and more value, to help them, to change their lives, to change their situation. And so by offering them more products, you're not hammering them. You're only hammering them if you're offering garbage, which you never should be, and you're doing it as if you were a used car salesman. But if you're doing it because there are great products and services that you offer that could be of benefit to them, then you should feel great about offering upsells. And so they go through the upsell and then the thank you page. Now what happens is, regardless of whether they take advantage of this one-time offer or not, is that these individuals will within 48 to 72 hours receive another email that has a link sending them to a page where you've got the survey results. And now what this allows you to do is this allows you, especially when you're doing this live, and this isn't an evergreen process, it allows you to look at the survey data, the feedback that you've gotten, and based on what your prospects want from you, based on what they want to learn, what they want to know, what they want you to teach them, it allows you to craft an offer specifically for that. And so on this page that you send them to, you would have a video where you share the survey results. And then after the results, it gives you the ability to say, and so based on these results, what I've decided to do is create a program, create a training, create a webinar series, whatever, based on the topic that they told you they wanted in this survey. And then of course, if they click the link and buy, you bring them to an order form and then an upsell sequence and thank you page. Now, if you've got an upsell sequence over here, just make sure that it is congruent with this offer. This isn't to say that this is the same upsell sequence. And that's why on this particular funnel map, we've got a second diamond over here. If we wanted to simply use the same upsell sequence, I would have just I would have just had this arrow that went over here. We don't have that because this upsell sequence, if you have one, must be congruent with this offer. It must enhance what it is that they bought here. It must improve the results of what it is that they are buying from you over here. And so, of course, once they go through the upsell sequence, then they are brought to a thank you page. So in essence, in this particular sequence, what you can see is that there are two different offers taking place. There is this first offer that is a thank you offer for filling out the survey. And then there is a second offer over here that is based on the survey results. And so this offer is customized to the feedback that you got from this survey. And so it gives you the ability to monetize and deliver value to your prospects and ultimately your customers at two different points: following the survey, and then when delivering the survey results. And so there you have it. That's a basic overview of Frank's survey siphon funnel. Like I said, you can get more information from Frank and grab his course down there. Marketing funnel map number 7 is webinar registration with a one-time offer. And what you'll see here is that this is similar to the prior webinar webinar funnel. However, this is typically the type of funnel sequence that you use with a free webinar over here. So if you're doing a free webinar, this could even be a Google Hangout. The way this works is traffic source. This could also be over here your house list. So this could come from your house list as well as an external traffic source, and you send them to a webinar registration page over here. Of course, if they don't opt in, we've got this same process of the exit redirect, retargeting, different funnel over here. But what happens is once they've opted in to the webinar, we don't bring them to a confirmation page. We actually bring them to a one-time offer page. And so this is where you make a one-time offer. Of course, like I talked about in an earlier marketing funnel map, at the top of this page, you want to acknowledge the prior step. You want to let them know congratulations that they secured their spot for the upcoming webinar. They'll be receiving an email in the next 10 minutes with all of the access details. In the meantime, here is a special offer just for webinar registrants. Now, one of the best offers to make over here, this one-time offer, is either an extremely low priced offer like a $7, $9, $4 offer, or what is often referred to as a bucket offer, which is an offer for multiple, let's say, reports or multiple videos that you typically sell separately, and you offer all of them for one low price. And so typically the way this bucket offer is presented, where it converts best, is you would give them the opportunity. Let's say you've got, 5 reports that you sell separately for, $7 each, let's just say. Well, you would have each of the, let's say, the 5 reports. And what you would do is, instead of presenting them as you get all 5 reports for just $29, and this is a, call it a $35 value, $40 value, whatever it is, what you would say is, right now you have the opportunity to grab 1 report at X number of dollars, and you get this one free, this one free, this one free, and this one free. The reason why you want to present a bucket offer like that is because people are motivated when they get things for free, right? And so it's different, even though you might charge the same exact thing. Right? Like you could say over here, you get 5 reports for just $19, or you could say buy 1 report for $19 and get the others free. It's still ultimately the same price. They're still getting the same thing, but the presentation of the offer, by telling them that they get these things for free, you'll typically see higher conversion rates. And so if they take advantage of this, they go to the order form, they go through an upsell sequence, and then the thank you page. If they don't take advantage, or even if they do, or regardless of whether they do or they don't take advantage of this one-time offer, once again, we put them into the intensification sequence that is designed to get them to show for this webinar. This again can be used whether you are doing an evergreen or a live webinar. So this offer is basically just a post-registration offer. This is, they register, they get this offer, whether they take advantage of it or not, they are put into this intensification sequence. And then the rest of the process works just like the prior webinar funnel map, where if they don't attend, they get a replay sequence. If they click the add to cart on the replay, they go to the order form, the upsell sequence, the thank you page. If they don't buy from the replay, if they did not attend, they go on to your house list. If they attend and they take the offer, order form, upsell sequence, thank you page. If they don't, again, they get the attendee or attendance follow-up system, that process sequence that highlights the offer. If they don't buy off of that, they get put onto your house list. And if they do buy, they go to the order form, the upsell sequence, and the thank you page. Pretty straightforward. The only difference here is that you're following up the webinar registration with a one-time offer. And so you see how what we're doing over here with these individuals, especially, depending on the offer that you're going to make over here, is you have the ability to deliver value and monetize these individuals twice. Once over here with the one-time offer, and then a second time over here. Now, of course, this one-time offer is different from this offer. So the offer that you're presenting on the webinar is a higher priced, more extensive offer than the one that you're making on the one-time offer page. Again, this is typically a lower price point and or a bucket offer. This is typically a higher priced offer, hence the need for a webinar to generate the sale. And so that is marketing funnel map number 7. Marketing funnel map number 8 is a free offer with an upsell sequence. And you can see that this is an extremely simple funnel that is extremely powerful at the same time. So don't be fooled by the simplicity, the lack of steps in this sequence. It starts with your traffic source and it goes traffic source straight to free offer with shipping and handling. So this can either be a VSL, or more often than not, we found that long form sales letters with these type of offers convert better than VSLs because it allows you to highlight the inexpensive price right away without having to force somebody to go through a longer VSL. And so typically over here, and I say price, which I'm going to explain in a second, because this is typically a physical product. So this is either a book, a CD, a DVD, some printed material, but something that actually gets shipped to their physically in the mail to their residence. And so it allows us to do two things. Number one, it allows us to feature that it's a free offer, right? What you're doing here is you're getting somebody to want to take advantage of the free offer. We can charge shipping and handling because we are shipping them something physical. So this is not a bait and switch. We're just asking them to cover the shipping and handling. Now, right, wrong, or indifferent, let me tell you the way these offers work. The shipping and handling that you charge over here needs to cover your cost on the product and the shipping. So for example, let's say that you're sending them a DVD. Well, today you can have a DVD created and mailed for $5. One of the companies that I recommend to do this is a company called discdelivered.com. Discdelivered.com. Discdelivered.com will publish your DVDs and CDs on demand for you. Will fulfill one-off orders for you. So if you got, one a day even, they will duplicate them and ship them for you without you having to order any minimum number of DVDs or CDs. And so this allows you to test new free offers very, very quickly and very easily. They will actually fulfill these for $5 a pop. So that $5 includes all duplication, includes all packing, and includes shipping and postage for you. And so what that means is that you can offer this DVD for free and just charge the $5 for shipping and handling. That means that every customer that you get over here, you're actually getting there's no cost for you associated with fulfilling this, right? There is the shipping and handling is covering the entire cost for you over here. Now, if they do not buy, we bring them to, we display an exit pop opt-in, which allows us to put them into a follow-up sequence highlighting the benefits that they'll reap from this, let's say, free DVD, and sends them back to this same page, right? So we generate the opt-in, we highlight benefits, advantages, reasons why they want this, results, case studies from this content that you're offering to give them for free. Now, here is where the magic really happens with this particular funnel. Is in another benefit of charging the shipping and handling. And this is why we do this. This is why we use this funnel with a physical product and not digital, right? If it's digital, you can't charge shipping and handling. You're only charging you're giving it for free. If it was digital, if it was a PDF, if it was a video, if it was an audio, you're not collecting the credit card over here. You would then have to collect the credit card on the upsell sequence. And the upsell sequence, your first upsell offer, is obviously going to be more expensive, making it more difficult for you to get that credit card. So we use a free offer with minimal shipping and handling, not only to cover your costs here, but also so that now we've got the credit card so that we can put these individuals into a one-click upsell sequence. And then, of course, from the one-click upsell sequence, we bring them to the thank you page. Now, the thing that I want you to understand here is that this entire sequence right here, this entire process is designed to allow you to break even, meaning whatever it costs you over here in your traffic to get a visitor to your website, to this free offer, what we're trying to do is break even through this entire process with this free offer, right? Because of course, with this free offer, whatever it is that you charge for shipping and handling is absorbed by the cost to fulfill this. And so then we're using this upsell sequence to really break even, meaning that if it costs you $1 over here per visitor, then we're using this upsell sequence to generate on average at least $1 per visitor, right? And so hopefully that makes sense to you. But very simple process that is extremely powerful. And now with companies like Disc Delivered, and of course there are others, Kunaki is another one, you are able to offer these things free and have no costs associated with shipping and do it one-off and all that. Of course, if they don't buy, if you've gotten them to opt in and they go through your follow-up and they don't buy, then they get put on your house list. And again, I'm going to talk about the best way to market to this house list in a later marketing funnel map. And so that's marketing funnel map number 8. Marketing funnel map number 9. Also, I've got to give credit where credit is due. This is from my friend Russell Brunson. I learned this from one of the trainings that he did, and I think that this is an extremely savvy funnel. I highly recommend that if you want to learn all the nuances of this funnel, that you go to this URL down here and you buy Russell's training. I think it's under $100 and it's well worth the money for this particular training. I'm going to show you the marketing funnel map, but Russell's training was a little over 3 hours and went in depth into each one of these steps. And so certainly if you want to learn more about this funnel, then you can go right here. And I highly recommend that you buy this training from Russell. So this starts with an external traffic source and then goes to what Russell calls a customer magnet. And a customer magnet is really a free with shipping offer. And so it's typically a free with shipping offer, like I showed you on the prior marketing funnel map. Then it goes to an order form. Now, what Russell recommends, and you've heard me talk about this before, is typically when somebody clicks the add to cart button on the customer magnet offer, the order form will appear right there. But just to keep things real simple for you, we're going to send them to an order form over here. Now, after the order form, they are presented with what Russell calls an invisible funnel offer. And so an invisible funnel offer is really just a soft offer. It's an offer. In this case, it's an offer to attend a live webinar where they don't pay anything right now to attend. They only pay after the event and only if they are thrilled with the content. So the beauty is with this is that because we've gotten the credit card with this offer, with this free with shipping offer, now what we can do is we could present this invisible funnel offer as a one-click offer. So to take this offer, to take advantage of this, where they don't have to pay anything today and only after, if they love the content, will they pay, we can present this with a one-click. And so, so what happens is when they click that they want to take advantage of the offer, they are they'll be billed automatically in 3 days unless after the event they tell you they do not want to be charged. Now, if they don't take advantage of this invisible funnel offer right here, they are put into a follow-up sequence that, again, presents different benefits, different advantages, different reasons why they want to attend the invisible funnel. Case studies, testimonials of results, not testimonials and case studies again about your product, but case studies and testimonials about the content that will be revealed on the invisible funnel event. And it drives them back to this page. Now, the cool thing is if you've got a more advanced CRM system like Infusionsoft or Office Autopilot or something like that, you can actually send them back to this page and it'll still be one click, right? And there's a way to do that. I won't get into the specifics, the technical aspects of doing that, but with, again, an Infusionsoft or Office Autopilot, you could send them right back here and it'll just be one click. If you don't have a CRM like that, then ultimately what you're going to do is you'd be sending them to a page that is an invisible funnel offer. It's the same offer over here, but then it's got the order form or a link to an order form to pay for the invisible funnel. But the best way to do it is, like I said, sending them right back here. Once they register for the invisible funnel or sign up for the invisible funnel, they are then given access to the invisible funnel. In other words, you'll actually hold the invisible funnel event where you will give phenomenal content. Typically, these invisible funnel events are hours long, 2, 3, even 4 hours long, just over delivering value. Because again, remember that this was a soft offer. So you've got to deliver the goods here in order to make this sale stick. At the end of the invisible funnel event, at the very end, sometimes in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, what Russell does is present what he calls his black box offer. This is an offer to basically implement the strategy, tactics, process, methodology, whatever is taught during the invisible funnel event. So whatever is taught during the invisible funnel event, at the end, there is an offer, a high price premium offer to whether it's a coaching offer, a consulting offer, a done for them offer, to actually do for them what it is that was taught during this invisible funnel event. And it's presented as application only. And so that means that these individuals, if they're interested, there's a button that, an application button, they click that button and they get brought to an application. And over here, then you have the ability to review applications and accept whoever it is that you want, right? That's done manually. And then, of course, whatever applications you accept, those individuals are sent to an order form to pay for this black box offer and then to a thank you page. If they attend the invisible funnel event and don't fill out the application, you plug them into a follow-up sequence that talks about the benefits of the black box offer, that talks about the benefits of you doing it for them and what will happen and overcomes objections that they might have to this, and then ultimately sends people back to the application form where you then get to choose who you want to work with, who you don't want to work with, send them to the order form, and so on. And so very simple, very cool. I highly recommend that if you want to learn more about this funnel, and this is a very savvy funnel, that you go and you order Russell's training. It was fantastic. And so highly recommended. That is marketing funnel map number 9. Marketing funnel map number 10 is similar to marketing funnel map number 9, but it is a streamlined version. It's what I call the soft offer webinar with upsell. And the way this works is it is your traffic source. This could also, once again, include your house list over here. So you can send your house list to this offer. We do this frequently at marketingfunnelautomation.com. Now, a soft offer webinar is what I really explained on the prior marketing funnel map. This is where they get to register for a paid webinar, but they pay nothing today. They only pay after the webinar if they are not thrilled with the content. So what happens here is they get brought to a page that can either be a VSL or a long form sales letter that makes an offer for the webinar. And when they click on the yes, I want to register button, they are brought to an order form. Now, one of the things that we are finding through testing with clients is that giving a prepay discount option on the order form has shown to get a significant percentage of individuals to take this prepay option. And so I'm going to show you an example of what a prepay option looks like with a later marketing funnel map. But basically what this looks like is, let's say over here, this was, a pay nothing today. And then in 3 days after the event, you pay 97. Only if you're thrilled with the content. Well, on the order form, you give them the option of prepaying today at a discount of maybe just $79, for example. So if they prepay today, right now, they get the ability to get almost a $20 discount right here. And you'll find, depending on the relationship that you have with your house list, you'll find that a significant percentage, in some cases 50+% of the individuals that are registering will take advantage of this prepay option right here, giving you upfront money on the webinar that you've yet to conduct. Now, regardless of excuse me, whether they take the prepay option or not, they get brought to an upsell sequence. And so after the upsell sequence, regardless of whether they take any upsell or not, they then go to the actual webinar, right? This is the actual event now that we have. And at the end of the event, what happens is that they are presented with a premium offer. So this is not necessarily a coaching offer, consulting offer. This is just a higher priced offer. So this is typically more of a back end offer. And so they're presented with a premium offer. If they click the button, if they take advantage of the offer, they go to an order form. And then, of course, they go to a thank you page. I explained earlier that with premium offers, we typically don't have an upsell sequence. And of course, this depends on how premium the offer is, but that's why you'll see no upsell sequence over here. Now, there's a couple of little nuances that are going on here. Number one, if they attend the webinar and they don't take advantage of the premium offer, of course, we put them into an email follow-up sequence that is designed to highlight again the benefits, the advantages, the reasons why they should take advantage of this offer. Now, this follow-up sequence is all about the offer. It's all about the benefits of taking advantage of that offer, and then, of course, sends them to the order form. Now, the other thing that's going on here is that we've got this second chance, what I call second chance email follow-up sequence going on over here. So they go to the soft offer, they register for the soft offer regardless of whether they do the prepay or not. They come to, let's say you've got an upsell in here, and they do not take advantage of the upsell. They all they're doing is paying for the webinar. Well, one of the things that we do, and we've done this with some great results, both in-house here at marketingfunnelautomation.com, as well as with some high-paying consulting clients, is we plug these individuals into an email follow-up sequence where they are given a second chance to take advantage of this upsell offer. In other words, they're given the opportunity to grab the upsell. And so typically what we do is 2 days later, we will send them an email saying, hey, saw that you didn't take advantage of this offer, wanted to give you the opportunity to get it again. You could change the offer, you could spice the offer up, you can add a premium to this offer. There's a lot of different things that you can do in here, but this is a second chance email follow-up system, giving them the ability to take advantage of this offer if they skipped it. If they didn't skip it and they bought it, obviously they will not get this. And so look at the different monetization points in this one little funnel over here. So number one, we've got this. We've got the ability to monetize with the soft offer. We also have the ability to get the prepay. Can't really see that. The prepay over here. We've got the ability to monetize them with a single or multiple upsells over here. This is an opportunity right here. We've got the second chance opportunity down here. And then we've got this opportunity over here to monetize the prospects moving through this funnel. So this is a pretty powerful little marketing funnel map when using, like I said, a soft offer on a webinar. And I will tell you that, a lot of marketers just don't have the balls, excuse my language, to make a soft offer, because this requires you to really put your money where your mouth is, really forces you to deliver value, right? To over deliver value, to deliver the goods, to deliver on your promises. And frankly, a lot of marketers are just terrified of giving people their product first before they pay, because a lot of marketers are just afraid that once people get access to the product and see that it's not really that good, that they won't want to pay. And for those marketers, rightly so. But the reality is that especially years ago, most of the direct response godfathers, individuals like Gary Halbert, for example, they focused, and Gene Schwartz focused almost entirely on using soft offers, because it's one of the most powerful offers that you could make, right? Where I'll charge you nothing today, give you access to the product, and only if you love it do you pay. And think about back then, prior to, really the internet, when it was all direct mail, they were accepting checks, right? That wouldn't be deposited. Like, it was much more difficult than it is today, where today we can kind of take their credit card, not charge them, and then automatically bill them only if they want to be billed later on. And so soft offers in your funnels are extremely, extremely powerful. This soft offer can be utilized in a variety of different marketing funnel maps that I've already showed you, and are extremely effective. So let's go on to marketing funnel map number 11. Marketing funnel map 11 is actually a process that takes place after the sale. And so what this is all about the customer only webinar backend. This is basically where on the thank you page for the product, either the thank you page for the product, or if you deliver your product, let's say via a secure site, a membership site, a digital delivery platform, whatever it may be, there is an extra unadvertised bonus webinar that they get to attend. Now, right off the bat, the thing that I want you to notice is that first and foremost, what's cool about this is that it allows you to deliver unexpected value. It allows you to give something to customers that they were not promised early on or promised as part of the offer. It's an extra, that's why I call it a bonus. It's an extra bonus webinar. Right. And so you can have the ability for them to register right on the thank you page, or register right from within inside the platform that you're using to deliver your product. Or you can, have an image, worst case scenario, that they click on and they go to a registration page for this webinar. Now, if they don't register, you have the ability, obviously, which is what we do, to plug them into an email follow-up sequence that's designed solely to get them to register for the bonus webinar. And excuse me. And so then what happens is, on the bonus webinar, you give additional value, you give great content, and at the end of the bonus webinar, you simply make a higher priced premium offer. It's as simple as that. It's the simple idea of adding a bonus unexpected webinar into the offer to over deliver value. And then getting individuals onto this bonus webinar where you deliver value, and then you make an offer in the end. Of course, then there's a link, they go to an order form, and then you have the ability to either put them through an upsell sequence depending on what this offer is or not, and then just sending them to a thank you page. But this is typically the process that we follow. And you can use this bonus webinar off of any product. So even if you offer a $7, $4, $9 report, You can include a bonus webinar that talks about how to implement the tactics in the report. And then the offer in the end could be a coaching offer to show them, to walk them through how to implement those, right? So you've got, let's say, a $7 report that somebody bought. You deliver the report and you give a bonus webinar. The bonus webinar is all about, tricks, tips, tactics, strategies, whatever, to implement these tactics. So it's delivering more content on this particular tactic. You know that they're interested in that because they bought the $7 report. And then, so you give them value as it relates to implementing this and show them the right way to implement it, and then make an offer to do it for them or to coach them through it, and then order form and upsell sequence if you want. Or if this is a higher priced offer, again, we wouldn't use the upsell sequence. And so that is marketing funnel map number 11. Marketing funnel map number 12 is really the same process, just with an application. And so same thing. They, on the thank you page or private platform, they're offered a bonus webinar. If they don't register, they're put into a sequence to drive them to register. They go to the bonus webinar and an offer is made. If they don't take advantage of the offer after attending, we plug them into an email follow-up sequence, right? The email follow-up sequence, this offer over here involves the use of an application. And so whatever it is that you're offering would obviously be high priced. So it could be a private consulting, private coaching done for them. And so you're driving them to an application. If they take advantage of this, they go to the application, then you have the ability to review these manually and approve them. And then you would send these individuals that you approve to the order form and thank you page. For the individuals that attend the webinar and don't take advantage of this offer, there is a follow-up process that highlights the benefits of the offer. So in this case, if it is a $7 report, and then this is how to implement the tactics shared in there, and then this is the done for you, like offer where we'll do it all for you. In this follow-up sequence, we are highlighting all the negatives of trying to do it themselves, right? We're highlighting the negatives, we're highlighting the positives of having you do it, and the results and outcome. And here is where you can use testimonials and case studies of individuals that took advantage of this offer. In other words, filled out the application, went through this whole process, had you do it for them, and the results that they're getting and how quickly they got it and how it didn't require any of their time and so on. And so that is that is marketing funnel map number 12. Marketing funnel map number 13, and we're coming down to the home stretch here with our last handful of marketing funnel maps. This is similar to a prior marketing funnel map. This is a dollar trial with a prepay discount. And so I'm going to show you on the next slide an example of this being done in a really savvy way. And so your traffic source to a dollar trial sales letter. And typically, again, when we do dollar trials, we typically use a long form sales letter. We've just found through our testing, and you should test this yourself in your own niche with your own offers, your own copy, your own prospects. But typically we found that the long form sales letter for these trial offers converts better than a VSL does for us. And so this is a dollar trial sales letter. And now what happens is when they take advantage of this, they go to an order form. Now the order form, this is, again, for simplicity, the order form is on a third-party page, but you can also just display the order form right underneath the add to cart button on this dollar trial sales letter. So when they click the add to cart button, it displays right there. Then they have a prepaid discount option. And so what this means is that basically they can take the dollar trial, and maybe it's a dollar trial, and then after 30 days later, it is 97. Or on the order form, you give them the option to forego on the dollar trial and just start their monthly their monthly billing or whatever it is at $67 today. So it takes individuals, it does a couple of things here. So little nuance here. Number one, it allows you to start and highlight that this is just $1, that they could take advantage of this for $1. So on this page, what you are quote unquote selling prospects on is just the $1 trial. And then over here, once they take this action and they click this button, a little bit of commitment and consistency kicks in. You give them the ability to forego on this trial if they really want it and they know they want it for a discount. And I'll show you an example of how this is being done in a really savvy way by my friend Mike Filsame and his partner Andy Jenkins. Really, really sweet the way they're doing it. And I'll show you in just a second. But first, so what happens is after this, we bring them through the upsell sequence, of course, from so it's order form, prepay, upsell sequence. This should not be in order form right here. This is just a thank you page. And so if they don't take advantage of the upsell, just like I mentioned earlier, we plug them into a second chance follow-up sequence. And so this is a second chance sequence where they get to take advantage of the upsell that they did not buy. And so what this really allows you to do, and another way to really show this could be like this, is that they take the $1 trial, right? And whether they prepay or they don't, if they don't take advantage of the upsell, they go to your thank you page. They get access to whatever it is that they're trying. If it's an information product, if it's a piece of software, you've got the ability to deliver value to them. And then what we do is 2 days later, after they've had the ability to see the value that you deliver, to see that you're trustworthy, that you deliver the goods, we give them a second opportunity to go back and claim this upsell, right? So a lot of marketers miss this. They don't realize that after an individual has tasted the benefits of the initial offer, that if they haven't taken the upsell, you should give them a second chance to do that. Now, as I mentioned, this is a great example of how Mike and Andy are using this prepay discount. You can see that they offer a trial. And if you take the trial, you can see that it is $1 right now. And then after the trial, it is just $37.95. Or you can waive the trial and get started for just $29.95 a month right now. And so instead of paying $37.95 a month, it's just $29.95 a month. And they actually offer an even greater prepay option where if you want to prepay for the entire year, you'll pay just $18.97 a month. And so you can certainly take the $1 trial and pay $37.95 a month, or if you know that you want it, you can pay $29.95 a month, or you can just prepay the entire year in advance and get an even bigger discount. So you can see over here that the prepay for the year is a 60% savings. The prepay per month is a 40% savings. And this is just being presented as when you take this today, it's a discount off what the public rate will be over here. But very cool, very savvy way of offering a prepay. Now, marketing funnel map number 14 is what I call a pre-sale sequence for your house list. This is if you are getting ready to roll out a new product, a new program, a new service, a new offer, and you want to give your house list the ability to take advantage of this before you go public with it. Now, one of the things you don't want to do when you're releasing a brand new product is you don't want to just roll it out the day of when it's ready to be released without creating first anticipation, excitement, curiosity, and so on. And so the way we do that is with a pre-sale sequence. And here's what we do. So you start with your house list of prospects, and the house list of prospects will get broadcast emails from you, and typically we'll use 2 to 3 emails that let them know that a new training, a new product, a new offer is coming soon. And of course, you give benefits, you explain what, you create some excitement in these emails. You're not simply saying, hey, I've got a new product here, go get on the waiting list if you want it. We create some excitement and curiosity about this what's being released. And typically for if you're not using an advanced CRM like Infusionsoft or Office Autopilot, you're going to send them to a notification page where they can opt in. Right? With systems like Infusionsoft and Office Autopilot, if you wanted to, you can, in this email, when they click the link, they could automatically, without having to re-opt in, get put on this notification list. But if you're not using a system like that, all you're going to do is just, in these emails, you're going to have a link that sends them to a notification page. The notification page has an opt-in where they can opt in and get on the notification list. Now, if they don't get on the notification list, you're going to continue to send them the other 1 to 2 coming soon emails. Now, here is the thing, that you're going to use 2 to 3 coming soon emails that get sent to your house list. The people that do not get on the notification list, that do not opt in, they will not get any more communications about the product. They don't receive any pre-sale communications. Now, what this does for you is this prevents you from sending more marketing messages to individuals on your house list that are not interested in this product. In essence, what we're doing is we are creating a subsequence of your house list of individuals that said, yes, I'm interested in this. Send me more information. So we're going to use 2, maybe 3 coming soon emails. For the individuals that don't click, that's the last they'll hear about this, at least for now. The individuals that do get on the notification list, they get put into what we call a notification pre-sell sequence. And this notification pre-sell sequence is almost like a mini internal launch sequence, if you will. So it creates anticipation, it creates excitement, it creates curiosity, it explains benefits, it teases what they're going to find in this product when it's finally released. And so oftentimes this whole process might be over the course of 1 week, right? So 7 days, right? So 7 days where you are you're using these 2 to 3 emails, and this whole notification process happens over the course of just 7 days. And so this is just building up excitement. And I want you to think about this like you'd think about a movie trailer, a coming soon trailer, right? Just getting people excited and anticipating it, and almost like it says, pre-selling them on the benefits of the product. So that come release day, when you release the product, you send them to a VSL that really does the selling for you with a delayed add to cart button. If they buy, or if they click the add to cart button, we send them to an order form through the upsell sequence to a thank you page. If they do not buy, so if they click the link to go and watch this video, what we do is once they click the link to go watch this video, once it's released, we put them into this sequence. This is what we call the offer follow-up, where this sequence, is all about the offer. And when you're driving people back, we're going to send them to a version of this page, really a duplicate of this page, just it doesn't have the delayed add to cart button. It sends them back to the video sales letter where they can click the add to cart button at any time. And so over here, let me kind of take a step back. So over here, pre-sale sequence leading up to the day that the product is available for purchase. When you send them the email on the day that the product is purchased, for those that click on this and buy, they go this way. For those that click on the link, go watch the video sales letter, and don't buy, they get put in here. They won't get any more of these pre-sell emails. They'll now get emails about the offer, and these people will always be able to go back and watch the video sales letter with a displayed add to cart button. If on the day that you release the product for purchase, it is not people on this notification list don't buy, the next day they get another email driving them to watch the video sales letter. If they click on this link and don't buy, they get put in here. If they don't click this link, they'll get one more email. So typically we do 2 to 3 emails over here about the release. This is not 2 to 3. This isn't 2 to 3 emails in this notification pre-sale sequence. This is 2 to 3 emails once the product is available for purchase. Click on it, go here. They don't buy, go here. After this, right, they will just get put back into the house list if they don't buy. And so that's the way this pre-sale sequence works. It allows you to create anticipation, excitement, curiosity, all the things that are involved in your typical launch sequence, done internally and only done with the people that have raised their hand and expressed interest, so that you're not burning out your house list. That's marketing funnel map number 15. Now, that's marketing funnel map 14. Marketing funnel map 15 is the internal promotion funnel map for your house list. Now, when I talked about earlier how you market to your house list so that you don't burn them out, so that you are able to deliver messages to people that are interested, this is how you do it. This is the exact sequence that we use, that I teach to my high-level funnel clients. And so here's the way it works. It starts with your house list. Now, in your house list will and should consist of a mix of pure content with pitch. Typically, the ratio that we use, the ratio that I teach clients, is 3-to-1. And so that means that it's content, content, you can do a pure pitch. After you've given content, three pieces of content, you can give a pure pitch. Now, am I saying that in the pure content, you can't make an offer? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that you can have a pure pitch email like, hey, I posted a video, go watch it, where there's no value, there's nothing being taught, there's no value being given. You can do that as long as you're balancing it out with pieces of content. That's how you build goodwill. That's how you make deposits in your goodwill bank account, by delivering content, good content that could have soft offers, that could allude to other products with links to other products. And then you can have a pure pitch. And so what we do is you will have let's say a topic specific email. Let's say, for example, maybe you'll have an email that is that goes out, that's a broadcast or is part of your email autoresponder sequence, that is about that's about a particular topic. Maybe, for example, you have a health, wellness, and fitness list, and this particular topic is about, the 5 things you need to know to reap the most rewards from CrossFit. And so what happens is you would send them to a blog post that delivers that content, right? The 5 things you need to know to reap maximum benefits from CrossFit. But once an individual clicks on this link and goes and reads this post, assuming for a second that you have a product about CrossFit, what we do is we temporarily remove them from the house list and we put them into a topic specific subsequence. That means that now, over the course of the next 3 to 5 days, they are going to get emails that have to do with CrossFit and ultimately lead to an offer. This in this example, this would be a CrossFit offer, an offer for your CrossFit product, right? With this example. And so what happens is, and I'm going to explain in detail this over here in just a second, but so what happens here is the people on the house list that are not interested in this topic, that do not click this link, they do not get put into this topic specific subsequence. They remain on the house list and they will continue to get new content pieces, new offers and whatnot over the next handful of days like you normally would. But the people that have expressed interest, they're not going to get the typical house list communications for the next 3 to 5 days. They're now going to be put into a topic specific subsequence. Now, the best type of subsequence to use over here is really the type of subsequence that my friend Andre Chaperon created, called the soap opera sequence. What's great is that these emails, these first 3 emails, be a story sequence, so that basically you are conveying a story, and really it's a story that is related to somebody who is starting out where your prospect is with CrossFit, and ultimately they're going through this transformation and ending where your prospects want to end with CrossFit. And of course, the solution in here that this individual uses to get from here to here is the solution that you're going to offer them in the end. So it's almost like it's an elongated case study told in a story format where they get, the first part of the story, and there's no offer link in here. It's just the first part of the story. It ends with a cliffhanger. Then the next day they get the second part of the story. This is kind of like, where they're starting. This is the discovery. This is the end result, where they wound up. So over here, opening the story, cliffhanger, continuing with the story, cliffhanger, and then telling the results, and then basically saying, and hey, I actually took the system, the process that Bob Smith used, and I bundled it into a program that you can grab today if you're interested in. And it sends them, this email is the first email that includes a link, and it sends them to the offer for the product that you kind of featured in the middle of this story. Now, if they buy, they go to the order form, upsell sequence, thank you page. And then after the thank you, after they buy, they get put back on the house list, or really they would get put onto your customer house list. But if they don't buy after this email, we have an additional 2 emails. These emails are no longer part of this story per se, because the story started. We opened the story, we opened the story here, right? We closed the story here. These emails are now about the product, reminding them that they have the opportunity to take advantage of the offer and to grab this product. And if at the end of email 5, they don't buy, also they would then get put back on the house list. So really we could take this and connect it here. This would put them on your customer list. So I apologize for any confusion there with that. But so that is marketing funnel map number 15. And our next marketing funnel map 16, is just a simple process for shopping cart abandonment. And there are a couple of nuances here for sure going on in this funnel. So let me explain. And of course, the beginning of this funnel can start however it is that you want, right? So, I'm showing squeeze page here with retargeting, different funnels. So if they go to a squeeze page and they don't opt in, we would retarget them and send them to a different funnel. If they did opt in, we would send them, in this case, to a video sales letter with a delayed add to cart button. If they don't buy, they get put into an email follow-up sequence. That email follow-up sequence drives them to watch the video sales letter again, only in this case, it doesn't have the delayed add to cart button. Of course, if they don't buy after that, they get put on your house list, as you now understand. If they, the way we do this now, we're going to do 2 things over here. And that is that once they click on this link and they go to the order form, we're going to put them into what we call an order form follow-up sequence. This is an email follow-up sequence that is delayed. It won't go out for a minimum of 60 minutes. So it waits an hour before it sends out an email. The reason why, and I'm going to come back and I'll explain what this is in just a second. The reason why is because if somebody clicks this link in underneath the add to cart button, goes to the order form and orders, what happens is we remove them from this sequence. They will not get this order form follow-up sequence. But if they click on the add to cart button, go to the order form and abandon the cart, we do 2 things. We trigger this order form follow-up sequence, and they were put into this follow-up sequence by clicking on this add to cart. And I'll explain in just a second a little bit of the technical way that we do this. As well, on the order form, there we drop a retargeting pixel, and they are retargeted. Now, in this case, the retargeting ads that we would show would send them back to finish their order, because in this case, this individual watched the VSL, It was done with a delayed add to cart. And see the nuances here, right? Nothing is done arbitrarily in this sequence, in any of the sequences. Everything is done for a strategic purpose, right? We're going to retarget these individuals because they watched the full message. We know that they watched the full message because if they made it to the order form, they watched the full message because there was a delayed add to cart button. They came here and for whatever reason, there was something on this order form that scared them off, right? And a lot of marketers, most marketers don't even realize the enormous shopping cart abandonment rate that they have, the amount of sales that they are losing on their order forms. And so what this does is this retargets them. And this also follows up with them via email, basically saying like, hey, I see that you started the order, but for whatever reason, you didn't get a chance to complete the order. You can go here to do that. And it will send them back to the order form or even a different order form. It could have an order form with a little video reassuring them at the top over here. Now, once they order, right, and they come to the first upsell in here, what happens is the first upsell has, without getting technical, has what's called a burn pixel, if you will. And a burn pixel just takes them out of this retargeting. And once they've ordered, they get taken out of this. So after they order, they're no longer going to be retargeted for this order, and they're no longer going to receive any of these follow-up messages about completing their order. And so that's the way this works. Now, I said very quickly that I would explain how we do this over here. And so it's a little technical, but I just want you to understand the way we do it, just to kind of expand your thinking a little bit of how this can be done. Now, what we do is, of course, on the squeeze page over here, there is an opt-in form. So let's say we get their email address right over here. And so when we send them to the destination website, to the VSL over here, we are passing their contact information in the URL. So for example, if this was, www.marketingfunnelautomation.com/VSL, in the browser, it would say /VSL ? Contact. It might just say ? Email address equals bobsmith@gmail.com, right? It's passing the contact information over to this page. Now, what we do, and this is a little bit technical, is the add to cart button is actually a web form with a hidden field. And so what happens is after they opt in, they come to this page. Their information is in the URL, and so their email automatically gets populated into this web form. But we hide the email field, so they can't see the email field and that their email address is populated in there. All they see is a button, and in this case, we'll have an add to cart button. The add to cart button, even though it looks like just an add to cart button, is actually the submit button for the form. What this allows us to do is this form triggers this sequence. So when somebody clicks the add to cart button on here, they're really submitting a form that is telling our CRM, put them in this order form sequence. And we've got this order form sequence set so that it doesn't begin for 1 hour. Right? And so that's how this works. It looks like an add to cart button, but it's really a tracking process for us. Not only tracking, but it allows us to put them into a follow-up sequence if they abandon the cart over here. And so again, this is one of those things that you can very easily incorporate into any prior marketing funnel map as an additional step for a more comprehensive funnel. And so that is marketing funnel map number 16. Our next and last marketing funnel map number 17, is for an evergreen webinar. And so this is a funnel, this is a process that you would use if you're running evergreen webinar events. And so of course it starts with your traffic source, goes to a webinar registration page. After the webinar registration page, you have a webinar confirmation page. This might have a thank you video as well as all the details of the webinar. And then, of course, like before, we put them into an intensification process sequence, all designed to get them to actually attend the event. If they don't attend, then just like before, we put them into a replay sequence where they go to the webinar replay. And if they do not, if they take advantage of the offer, then they go to order form, upsell sequence, thank you page. If they don't, then they just get put onto your house list, right? So if they registered, they didn't attend, you followed up with the replay and they didn't buy, they get put onto your house list. Now, let's say they attended, but they did not see the offer. So they attended the webinar, but they did not see the offer. Well, we're going to put them into a follow-up sequence that drives them back to a separate video that just features the offer. So this is not the full-blown webinar now, because these people attended, but they didn't stay to the offer. This is giving them the opportunity to just learn about the offer. And so this is, again, they attended, but they did not see the offer, right? If they did see the offer, but let's say they saw the offer, but they didn't buy. They saw the offer, but they didn't buy. They get put into an offer follow-up sequence. Now, this offer follow-up sequence is designed to highlight the benefits of the offer, right? So this is the type of sequence that will highlight the benefits of the product, the advantages of the product, the results that they can get. Again, have testimonials, case studies from people that have used the product and reaped results. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, this will typically build in intensity over time. So you'll have a scarcity deadline. You might bring in a payment option. You could have extra premiums, etc. So it's building in intensity over time until it comes to the end. If they don't buy after this sequence, they get put into your house list. If they do take advantage, then they go to the order form, upsell sequence, and thank you page. And so that's the way that's a simplified way to run an evergreen webinar. I talked about earlier how you could do it with more advanced systems by breaking it down into even more sub-segments. But so over here, you've got registered and didn't attend. You've got registered, attended, didn't see the offer, registered, attended, saw the offer, registered, attended, saw the offer and bought, registered, attended, saw the offer and didn't buy, right? And so also we've got registered, didn't attend, saw replay and bought, registered, didn't attend, saw replay and didn't buy. And so that is marketing funnel map number 17. And there you have it, 17 next level marketing funnel maps. Like I said, you do not have to use every single step in each of these funnels. And if you really want to create some savvy funnels, you'll combine several elements of each of these different funnels, many of these different funnels into one. Like I said, you've seen components throughout this training that can be utilized in various marketing funnel maps, right? So you can use a soft offer, you can have in multiple maps, you can have the retargeting in several areas, you can have the shopping cart abandonment component in there. You can combine certainly the pre-sale sequence that I talked about early on, along with, along with some of the other marketing funnel maps. The key is to really utilize these maps, print them out, study them, and utilize these maps when you are building your different funnels. And so there you have it. Of course, my name is Todd Brown, and what you just went through was next level marketing funnel maps. Take care and talk to you soon.